this video we are going to conduct the test that is for conducting the voltage regulation of an alternator by using a ZPF method. So it's a part of a continuation with the EMF and MMF method, and altogether these three methods have been separated in the syllabus as a two experiment. So in this ZPF method will be considered as a one of the experiment, and EMF and MMF will be combined together, so that will be another experiment. So in this session we have seen that these are the connections need to be done, and what are the components required, that and all we have discussed in the previous the sessions, where the only difference is with the EMF and MMF to this method is that we are going to make use of a 2 LPF wattmeter in addition to that of the inductive load. So in this ZPF method, in addition to that OC and SC test what we have conducted for EMF and MMF method, the same procedure need to be followed, but the additional procedure what we have to follow is we need to find out the point of a ZPF curve. So how to do that? So the procedure is we have to make sure the rheostat which is connected to the field, it should be in the cutout position, that means it is in minimum position, and the TPST and SPST switch should be in the off condition, and the inductive load need to be fully loaded. So now after the second step is we have to switch on the supply and start the motor by using a DC starter, and bring our motor to a rated speed, that is around 1500 RPM, by varying this rheostat to the cut-in positions. And we have to close the next step is we need to close the TPST and SPST switch. Then vary the dimmerstat to the rated value, to the rated value of the alternator, that is around 7 amperes. If slowly when you are varying it, we need to observe that whether the wattmeter is going to give the particular value. If it kicks back, if any one of the wattmeter is going to kick back, again we have to bring back the dimmerstat to the 0 position and off the TPST and SPST switch. Then we need to interchange the CV connections of any one of the wattmeter which is going to kick back. So after interchanging C and B connections, again we need to follow the same procedure. Switch on the TPST and SPST switch, then vary the dimmerstat in such a way that the rated current will flow into this, that is around 7 amperes, and the field current should be taken down, that is which will be observed in the DC ammeter. So the respective field current has to be taken down, as well the wattmeter readings need to be taken. The one wattmeter which has been kicked back and we have interchanged the C and B, that should be taken as a negative reading value. Okay. So now let us perform this experiment. So let us switch on the supply. Its reached to be 1387. So vary the rheostat in such a way that it reads 1500. SPST, we have to switch on the SPST switch and the DPST switch. So after switching on the SPST and DPST switch, now let us vary the current till the rated value of current. So before that you can see the wattmeter, if any one of the wattmeter is going to feedback. If it reads to around 7 amperes, the rated current. Just before. So after obtaining the rated value of this current, now you can find out what will be the current that is the field line, that is DC current 0.84, and here the W1 and W2 it should be taken down. It is around 56 and the another wattmeter reads around 70. So this is the first part of our calculation, that is to find a point in a ZPF curve. Okay, draw the Fourier triangle. So we require this. Now after taking down, this is only a single reading which we have to take down. Bring back the thermostat to the 0 position. Switch off the SPST switch and DPST switch. Then we need to bring back the rheostat to the cutoff position. Then switch off the supply. So this is related with the how to find out the point in the ZPF curve. Then later to conduct the second step is to conduct the OC and SC test. The what we had conducted in the voltage regulation by using EMF and MMF method, the same readings or the procedure will be followed here also. The only the difference, we need to find out the ZPF curve. Now in addition to this, we have to find out the armature resistance. So let us measure the armature resistance.
Sir, only sir.
Now let us conduct the experiment for finding out the measurement of the resistance, armature resistance. So here, as the connections has been discussed in the previous slides, that is in sessions. So wherein here we have to consider the load, that is a resistive bank load we are going to make use of it. That is we have used 16 amperes. Now let us see that how much the resistance is being measured across this armature, that is RA, need to be calculated by the formula RA is equal to V divided by 2 times of I. So where we have to measure the voltage and the current which is in DC. So we have to apply the switch on the supply. Now you can see that here, since this is a 16 ampere of a load, so let me try with the 2 amperes. So with the 2 amperes of a load, we will get the current as the rating, I as 1.81 and the voltage as 4. So take a ratio of V by 2 times of I. So that will lead to a armature resistance. Similarly, for the next load of another 2 amperes, so it leads to around current is 3.6 amperes and the voltage is 7. So again take a ratio R is equal to RA is equal to V by 2 times of I. So next again we have to calculate for the next trial, that is for the 6 amperes of a load. So we are getting the answer, we are getting the IDC current as 5.24 and the voltage as almost 10 or 9. So this is how we can calculate the three trials for finding out the measurement resistance, and later on we have to take an average value of this resistance. Now let us bring back this in the 0 position to switch off this supply. So let us switch off the supply. So this is what the procedure need to be followed, and the same armature resistance need to be considered for the voltage regulation by using EMF and MMF method also. So further, if by making use of this RA parameter, then only we can solve the voltage regulation. So this is how we are going to complete the conduction based on the voltage regulation by using the all the three methods. Thank you.